Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Masculine Toxicity. Today we're going to touch on last week's story, about Baker Mayfield and the supposed mistress that he had. It's not a mistress, it's just a blowjob. But a woman claiming to be the mistress of Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield got on the airwaves to tell her side of the story. Over the weekend, Kacie Dingess, what a horrible name, took to Twitter to vent over being blocked by Mayfield, saying she had some, quote, tea to spill, end quote, regarding the Browns QB. In now deleted tweets, Dingess went on to allege that she and Mayfield had a sexual encounter. Dingess went from social media to the radio with her allegations, joining Rover's Morning Glory. It's a syndicated radio show in Cleveland, to speak on the topic. So I do have that audio. Let's go ahead and take a listen, and we'll kind of dissect it a little bit. The whole thing with this Kacie Dingess, she clearly just falls into the very stereotypical scorned woman pile. Look, Baker Mayfield apparently had just been married, prior to that. So, to do that kind of stuff outside of your marriage, certainly not noble behavior by any stretch of the imagination. However, for her, this Kacie Dingess, to put Baker Mayfield on blast, to me, says that it's all about her wanting her 15 seconds of fame. She also, this Rover Morning Glory, it's not only the audio, but there's video. She's in the studio. I don't know if she didn't realize that there wasn't going to be, I don't know if she didn't realize there was going to be video cameras there, because her hair was a mess. She didn't have makeup on, but boy, was she showing those tits. She was showing that cleavage quite nicely. In this video, she's maybe a 4.5, 5 on the 10 scale. I did dig up some pictures, and I'll post them on the video here, where she can get dolled up, and she looks quite nice, honestly. But regardless, the fact that she's putting Baker out, guys, stop messing with these broads. All right, they're just problems. She's a 20-year-old believing that she's of high value when she's not, just because she's able to suck the penis of an NFL quarterback. And without further ado, here's the audio.
Kacie is her name. Good morning, Kacie.
Good morning.
How are you? All
I'm
right.
good.
First things first. So I think people are, this got in the news 2 days ago. You made these claims. And we can get into these claims in detail here in just a moment. But why come forward? Why publicize these claims? That would be my first question.
Before she answers, I want you to pay very close attention to how women have zero ability to be accountable for their actions or take the full responsibility for them. Listen how she dodges and skirts this, answering this question honestly.
So I'm from a really small town, so everyone in my town already knew about it, and so whenever I tweeted it, it was really for them just to see, and I didn't think that it would blow up as fast and as big as it did.
Then it went all over.
Hold on a second. Really? She didn't think that a story of a woman blowing a married NFL quarterback in Cleveland, especially a guy like Baker Mayfield, who is in the news constantly for a lot of times the wrong reasons, that wouldn't grab the attention of the national media? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
News organizations are picking this thing up. Sports websites are picking this up. And all right. So did friends of yours know that this had happened, according to you? Or was this a secret that you were keeping to yourself?
Most of my close friends knew because I was texting them the whole time, I was on my way there, and whenever I got back, and then I was they were there whenever I was getting Snapchats from him and everything else, so they all knew.
So they all knew. So this was no secret to your friends.
Yeah, and this happened a few months ago too. So whenever I saw that I got blocked, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I might as well tweet it now.
Okay, so he blocked you. Baker Mayfield blocked you on Twitter. That's when you saw that. Recently, you saw that he blocked you.
Yeah, on Sunday, I woke up to my notifications on Twitter saying he followed me. And so, like, I thought that was weird because usually what he says to me and does is over Snapchat. So I looked, and then it turns out that I was blocked.
All right, and that angered you. That upset you.
Like, it didn't make me mad. I wasn't upset over it. I was just kind of like, that's weird. I haven't talked to him in a few weeks now, and I'm randomly getting blocked.
Now, some people would say you're a liar. They don't believe you.
Okay, now hold on a second. So she's claiming that she didn't get mad about it. Yet she went on Twitter when immediately after realizing she was blocked and teased that she had, some tea to spill is the word that she used. Okay, look. Again, women are never honest with themselves or outwardly. They talk themselves into believing all this nonsense. Of course she was scorned. Of course she was pissed. But she can't even say that. She can't say she's doing this in retaliation to being blocked. Phoniness.
So let's delve into this. Now, you say you're from a small town. How old are you, Kacie?
I'm 20.
All right, 20 years old.
Guys, stop fucking around with these 20-year-olds.
How did you even come in contact with Baker Mayfield, the quarterback of the Browns?
So I went to like their first preseason game in Cleveland, I think, and I wore a shirt that had his like last name taped over the back of the shirt, and I think I like bit a beer like how he did in it, and I like chugged it and threw it on the floor, and then so I sent him that video, and then I sent him a picture of just me from the back with his name on it, and then so I'm going to Blossom the next day, and on Snapchat it says that Baker Mayfield added you as a friend.
All right, so let's just go through this here. She's 20 years old, chugging beers at a game. Look, not to say we all didn't delve into some underage drinking, okay? But we're already seeing something here, okay? She's a problem. Baker, what are you doing? Now, Baker's an idiot. He's been an idiot for years, so it's not like this is surprising. But I'm bringing this up because I want guys who aren't morons, that potentially have things to lose, to not look at these situations and hopefully realize they can make the same mistake, okay? Stop messing around with these dumb 20-year-olds. You're asking for problems.
Basically, I didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way.
Like, be a fake Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Rover, here is the picture here, since your head up.
Okay, let me see.
Her at the Browns game.
Okay,
The Browns
all right,
preseason.
hold on. Let me see this.
And she's acting like she's not trying to get his attention, but yes, she's wearing his jersey and doing the same thing that he's done on social media with the chugging the beer and things.
Some shorts. She's wearing a jersey with his name on it.
And his name has the check marks. You know it's him.
All right.
Verified.
All right. So.
And the blue check marks there, it like shows that he saw it and everything.
All right. So you go to Blossom, which is like a concert area here. All right, and you're at Blossom, and you see that Baker Mayfield wants to follow you on Snapchat.
Yeah, and I obviously didn't believe it because it was like a weird username. Like, it wasn't like just Baker Mayfield. It was like Baker Mayfield and then his like username, which was like.
By the way, can we mention how vapid and dumb this broad sounds?
For proof, I was like, show me that it's actually you. I'm like, obviously, I'm not gonna believe that someone's like adding me and it's out like gonna be you.
Right.
So he said, well, show me that you're alone. And I couldn't because I was at Blossom. So I said, okay, I will whenever I'm home. And so I get home and I said, okay, I'm home. And he was really sure to be like, okay, you have to send me a video of your whole entire house, like, and show me that you're not with anyone. So I did, and so I got the first picture, but no one was around to like take a picture off of their phone. No one was there to like prove it. So whenever I got the opportunity again, I had my roommate hide in like the bathroom so I could take another video, and then he came out and he's like started freaking out. I was like, oh my god, because I opened it and it was actually his face.
Yeah.
So that's whenever I was like, okay, like this is actually him.
This is actually Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm really talking to Baker.
How long ago was it? How long ago was this?
I think I went to Blossom I think like maybe August.
Okay,
I
so this
think.
all starts roughly around August.
Yeah.
All right. Then what happens?
So he kept texting me saying like, go send me pictures and blah blah blah, and
And you're sending just dirty sex back.
No.
Aren't you? Oh,
Of course
yes,
she is.
don't lie.
no.
Look at that smile on her face. Oh, it's dirty, Dina.
Oh, yeah, she's a 20-year-old.
Oh, 20-year-olds.
doing it.
That's right. Everyone's sexting these days.
Yes.
Sure, it's normal. You put that on your job application these days. You were the
Look, if there's any young broads listening to this, please don't be like this. Be better. And I'm not trying to be on some pedestal, all right? But look, the reality is you are setting yourself up for failure, especially in the long term, if all you're about are your tits and your ass and your vagina and having sex with random guys. It's not going to behoove you in the long run. Don't be like this, dummy.
had a dildo. Okay, so go on.
And so we were texting for a while, and then he was like, okay, come see me. So I got my car, and I drove all the way to Westlake, and it was like behind Cheesecake Factory in some weird like
Classy baker.
parking lot. And so he texted me when I was on my way there. He's like, you have to leave your phone in the car. And I was like I was kind of sketched out. I was like, if this really isn't him, I have to leave my phone in the car.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna be raped and murdered.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But so I left it in the car, turned the car off, walked into like his big like SUV, like tinted windows and everything, and I like just opened the door and looked, and I was like, oh, this is really him. And I was like freaking out a little bit, and then went from there.
All right, so you say it went from there. You get into the SUV.
hmm
You get in the front, the back. Where are you?
I got in the front,
Yeah.
and she was like, okay, we're gonna do this or not? And I'm like,
Attaboy, Baker, get right into it.
Basically, it's just we're gonna do this. We're gonna.
well, he had like some small talk, like, oh, like, how long did it take you to get here? And like, whenever I left, he was like, drive safe. And then after I left,
What a guy.
he was like, like, you're actually a really cool person. He's like, but you just can't say anything, like, it'll ruin my career. And at that point, I was just like, yeah, like, I'm not the type of person to like say anything or do anything. And then
Right. The chameleons that women are, boy, let me tell you. I would never say anything until I get scorned. I mean, this is classic woman behavior. Classic.
months like passed it, like, or a few weeks where I haven't talked to him. So I was like, I literally forgot about him, and I get blocked on Twitter. So
All right, so you get in the SUV, and then
Yeah.
what do you do?
She forgot about him. She forgot about blowing an NFL quarterback. Is that how often she's hooking up with random dudes? She forgot about blowing Baker Mayfield? Yeah, I buy it.
I mean, a little small talk. And what does he do? He just whips it out.
no, well, we got in the back seat, and then he did.
Okay, so he whips it out.
Mhm.
You slob the knob.
Did he mount you?
Actual sex or just oral sex?
Oral.
Oral, just oral. Okay.
Did he give too?
Hell no.
No.
No, he just
Why would he?
received the oral.
Jeez.
That's what happens when you're rich and famous.
You could just get to do
Yeah.
that in the back of the
That's right. You
in the
just-
back of the cheesecake
This is what Trump was talking about with grabbing him by the pussy. This is all he meant.
Factory.
What a gentleman. Did he even buy you a piece of cheesecake after?
No, actually.
What a guy.
All right, so
Did you guys kiss too, or just go right to that?
Just small talking, right to it. And I was like,
right to it.
good. Whenever I left, I was literally like, good doing business with you, like joking around.
Good doing business.
Yeah,
with
and
you.
he was like, don't say that. And I was like, I'm just kidding. Like, and then I lost my jewel in his car, and we had to look for that for a
Oh,
few
winner.
minutes.
She vapes.
Like, okay, we'll drive safe.
What a zilch.
Yeah.
All right, so is this the one and only time that you had a sexual relation with him, according to you?
Yeah, and there were other times where he would ask me to come, and it's like, I live in Rittman, and Westlake's like 50 minutes away from where I am.
Yeah.
So, like, at the point, I was just like, I did my one time, I saw Baker, like, I'm good on that. And
I'm good on that.
one of the times I didn't have gas, and he was like, well, I have cash if you want to come, and I'll give you the cash, and I'll pay for your gas. And I don't know, it was just kind of old to me at that point.
All right, now, so he's when did he get married?
July of 20.
All right, who cares? We got it. All right, so look, here's the deal. The reality is Baker did this because this was easy, right? He's got a pretty good-looking gal with him. What is she, like an 8, probably, on the 10 scale? And, you know, he's probably bored. Maybe she doesn't put out all that well. Hell, look, the reality is guys that can get all kinds of ass, whether it's, you know, an 8.5 like his wife or this 4 like this broad, guys just want it. I mean, Patrice O'Neal, the late great comedian, had a bit talking about how, you know, a guy could be in a great relationship, loves his wife, loves his family, love what they built together. And if under a lie detector test was asked, would you risk everything that you and your family have built to have sex with that girl behind the dumpster? That's obviously the punchline. Would you do it? And the guy sits there, but look how cute she is with garbage on her head. That's how guys are. Our whole life is about trying to get our penis into a woman's orifice, period. From the moment we're 11 years old, we're trying to have sex with everything. So now, you know, at 24 years old or whatever he is, he has the opportunity to have his penis in a lot of women's different orifices, even if they're very mediocre looking and all this. It's easy. You want to get the low-hanging fruit. That's what he's going for. And, you know, there's that whole stereotype and cliche that, you know, the uglier chicks or the fat chicks, not that this girl is fat at all because she is not. The ugly chicks, you know, they're better, and, you know, the fat chicks will blow you really well and all this kind of stuff. But look, I post this for a couple reasons. One, guys, be leery. Be leery. Especially if you have a lot to lose. Even if you don't have a lot to lose, you don't want to lose any of it. Be leery of these easy broads. Again, nothing is worse than a woman that is scorned. This woman was scorned. She was pissed that she was blocked. Knowing that he was married. She admitted later in that audio that she knew he was married. She didn't care. Not necessarily that she should either. But she knew what she was getting into. But for whatever the reason, her being blocked set her off. Don't mess around with these mediocre broads. Asking for trouble, guys. Kacie Dingess. Look her up. Again, I'll have pictures posted throughout this video. She's probably a good egg. Probably takes care of business with her mouth quite well, I'm sure. Later in the video, she even mentions that her mom knew that because I'm assuming she lives with her mom. Her mom knew that she was leaving the house to go blow Baker Mayfield. Wow, what a family you got there, Kacie. All right, guys. If you want to look more into that, feel free, but that's the idea. Stay away from these broads. You're going to wreck your whole life, your whole empire, whatever it is. Don't do it for a mediocre broad like this. Don't do it for a 10 either. Take care of yourself. Stop thinking just with your dicks. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode of Masculine Toxicity.